WLBT, 3 on your side. WLBT News starts now.
Police say the man suspected of shooting a Roanoke, Virginia news reporter and photographer is dead.
Vester Flanagan, who went by Bryce Williams when he was on the air, died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound after being cornered by police. WDBJ's Allison Parker and Adam Ward were live on the air yesterday morning when they were attacked. Polo Sandoval is live in Roanoke with the latest on the investigation.
And good morning from what is usually a peaceful lakeside community in Northwest Virginia. Well, yesterday morning that peace was shattered by the sound of gunfire when Allison Parker and Adam Ward drove their station vehicle to the business you see behind me to conduct a feature interview. And that's when things took a terrible turn. A memorial grows larger outside WDBJ television in Roanoke, Virginia. Stunned friends and co-workers are mourning the death of Allison Parker and Adam Ward. Parker started working full-time at the station last year after a summer internship. She was in a relationship with the station's evening anchor, Chris Hurst.
Today I lost the love of my life, and it was not slow, but it was incredibly painful and it was immediate. I told her that losing someone you loved as a spouse or as a significant other would be so difficult to have to bear, and yet that's what I have to bear right now.
Adam Ward was engaged to the morning show's producer and is remembered as a go-getter.
What's especially tragic is not only was he robbed of his life, this world was robbed of the future goals that he would have achieved.
The gunman was a former reporter who had worked at the Roanoke station but was fired 2 years ago. Vester Flanagan later died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police say he sent a video and messages to the media.
Many of you have gotten a lot of the correspondence, emails that have been sent out. It's obvious that this gentleman was disturbed in some way.
In a 23-page fax sent to ABC News, Williams writes he was a powder keg, in his words, waiting to go boom. And the last straw was the recent racially motivated church shooting in South Carolina. And now the people in this community and also in that TV station are left to mourn and to cope with the reality of what happened here just about 24 hours ago. But now a bit of positive news now provides some hope for healing. We are told that Vicki Gardner, the woman who was being interviewed at the time of the shooting, her condition continues to improve, now listed as stable. She is expected to pull through, according to information from authorities. Reporting in Moneta, Virginia, I'm Polo Sandoval. Back to you.
Another member of Louisiana law enforcement is dead, and several people were stabbed when a domestic dispute reportedly took a more dangerous turn.
This happened in the city of Sunset, and that's north of Lafayette. Authorities say the suspect, who has not been identified, wounded 3 women inside a home and shot a police officer arriving on the scene. The officer and one of the stabbing victims died. After the attack, the suspect left in a vehicle and rammed into the front of a nearby convenience store. Officers fired tear gas canisters into the store and were able to take the man into custody. He could face charges of attempted murder and first-degree murder of a police officer. Well, switching gears now, it is 5:03 and we want to check in with
meteorologist Heather Sophia with some much happier news this morning, because it's another great feeling morning. When
it is, and in fact, so far we've tied the record low this morning. 57 degrees in Jackson right now. We're looking good, feeling good. A little bit of a light wind out there. You could see it with our Alpha Insurance Skycam over in Pearl, but we're looking with our Muskelly Furniture Skycam there. And as we go through the day, those temperatures are going to warm up nicely, but right now it is refreshing. 56 degrees in Brookhaven, but check out Forest. Good morning to you. You're at a pair of 5 this morning. 56 degrees, and you know what? We're all high-fiving about this weather because it is just downright nice out there. 59 in Edwards, Madison, 59 degrees, 57 at the Res. As we go through the next few hours, we'll keep with the cool weather. We'll hop into the 60s by 8 and then mid-80s by 11 o'clock. Lunchtime forecast, take it outside. Afternoon highs will be in the low 90s. Not too bad. That's where we should be for this time of the year. Can we expect 50s again tonight? Forecast and the latest from Tropical Storm Erica coming up in just a bit.
Following breaking news now from overnight, Jackson officials are investigating a house fire. We've got Cheryl Lassiter in the Alert Center for more on that. Cheryl.
Wilson, that fire broke out around 1 a.m. this morning. Take a look at the video that we have from the scene. This happened on Martin Luther King Drive near Crawford Street. It's still unclear right now if anyone was inside that home at the time. You can see that fire was pretty active around 1 a.m. Unknown if anybody was inside or if there are any injuries, but we are digging for details, trying to get more information. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you the latest. I'm Cheryl Lassiter in the Alert Center.
All right, Cheryl, now this follow-up. Vicksburg residents remain under a boil water notice after a malfunction at the water treatment plant on Tuesday. Officials say an elevator tripped the main breaker in the main building of the plant, causing it to shut down. Repairs were made, but the loss in water pressure prompted the state health department to issue the boil water alert for the entire city. More than 23,000 Vicksburg residents and hundreds of businesses are affected.
Lost our main electrical power source to the plant, which caused the whole plant to go down, and we had to have an emergency electrical company come in, and we was able to save it about 6:30.
Officials are hoping the boil water alert can be lifted by tomorrow.
Dr. Charles Smith, Associate Provost for Student Affairs at Jackson State University, is no longer with the school. Smith was fired yesterday. He was in charge of handling all issues related to student life, including student housing. In recent weeks, the university has come under fire for not having enough living spaces for incoming students. Now listen to this. Parents of an autistic student in Brookhaven are frustrated this morning after their son managed to wander away from school. Beth and Kevin Edwards say their son Evan walked away from Mamie Martin Elementary School Wednesday morning and was unsupervised for at least 20 minutes. They say he left the school through an unlocked gate and walked up Jennifer Road to the intersection of Union Road and Highway 51. A woman by the name of Halia Maxwell spotted Evan and called police.
I was worried about him getting picked up or ran over, but then I didn't even think about a dog could have come out and got him too, and I didn't even think about that till later. And it's just I want to be aware, and just all the people that probably saw him walking, nobody called but this one lady, the Halia Maxwell, she saw him and took time out of her morning to call, and thank God she did.
From where this intersection is right here, 20 minutes you can be in almost to Macomb, almost to Hazlehurst North, or straight out, you could be out in the National Forest. I mean, anybody could have got him and done anything they wanted, and nobody would have known.
We reached out to the Brookhaven School District for comment and have yet to receive a response. Some good news now to make you smile this morning.
Yeah, Tuesday was a special day for Campbell Dale of Madison. He got to be a bulldog for a day. Dale's 5 years old and is battling a form of cancer called rhabdomyosarcoma. He watched cartoons in MSU head coach Dan Mullen's office, spent time with Ben Howland's squad, became an honorary Diamond Dog, and got to play at Davis Wade Stadium. You can follow his journey online. Just search Campbell Bulldog on your in your search engine. Just Google it up and you can see what he's up to.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Good stuff. It's now 5:07 and it's a cool 57 degrees outside.
Feels great. Coming up, if you think TV news anchors make a lot of money, me and Wilson are here to tell you that ain't true. We'll take a look at the real folks, the highest paid actors in Hollywood, and the person leading the pack might surprise you. That's ahead, but first we got to check in with Heather Sophia for the weather. Hey there.
And a record-breaking cool morning right now, 56 degrees that just came in. Will we expect more of the same tonight? That forecast when we come back. You're watching WLBT News. Time now, 5:08.